here is the how all setup looks like. Okay, so first the water from the drain pan from the mini split head unit entering this pump level, then it's increasing the level of the water inside. That's triggered two sensors, and that sending the signal to the pump to start sucking water from this switch through the hose to the pump body, and from the pump body it's pushing out the condensation away. So another thing which we have here on the left side, we have our power, which we need to connect to the power source, and connection for the sensor, which we also need to connect to in order to break the circuit. Overall, that's pretty easy and simple system, and now you see how does it work. Of course, when you install it, it should be installed horizontally, just like that. That way it can perfectly trigger the sensor like that, or like that, or depend on the vertical installation, it can even be installed like that. So, and that's the cleaning procedure for this combi sensor. So basically, so you can open it. That's the one I was replaced ready, and now I just want to show you what's inside. So just open it, and this is the sensor. This type of sensor you might see on some overflow protection switches, the more which one on the fancy end, and this is the screen filter, which might get clogged and dirty, and right now I'll just show you how to clean it. So just push it out, and then you have this filter. As you can see, there is some gunk already accumulated, also some area right there, just need to clean it with water. And also another thing, there's the sensor itself, and as I read on some forums, like these sensors elements needs to be cleaned from time to time, or it's not providing the accurate signal to the pump for running. So I believe maybe that what was happens with this original kit, and we just put the brand new one because it was like 150 bucks, and didn't want to take a risk and just waste our time on the return. Just put the brand new one. Okay, this one I've already cleaned, and you can see pretty easy. Here also, just don't put the water on these connections, and basically I just rinse it with the finger and make it cleaner. And this one is going to be the more difficult to clean, but still, you see, it's already getting better. Okay, everything is nice and cleaned. We can put this filter back, just like that. Fits nice and easy and perfect. And now we can connect it back. Yeah, that's how I believe you service your filter for this combi system. Yeah, there's some water got in there. Just make sure you won't get the water to the connector. Yeah, hi to everyone. So here is the review on the mini split condensation pump, this Combi, and that's the pump I already replaced, and for one of my clients. And so let's just overall looks what inside. So this is the hose to connect. There is another hose to connect the drain line. This is the power cable, and the reason why it's here because it was direct replacement, and so I didn't need to connect anything on this. And this is the alarm sensor, also the connector which connects pump and sensor. The pump itself, this is how it looks like, and this is the according to the instruction. This is the newer generation because it has power on the left side and alarm on the right side. Here is exactly power on the left side, alarm on the right side, but looks like before it was different. Yeah, that's the pump itself. This pump even might be okay, but I didn't want to take a risk and just replace everything. And that's the most interesting part of it's the sensor. So when you connect it to the hose which coming from the mini split block, you kind of put it inside, and because of the tension it perfectly sits. You can also apply the zip tie on top of it, and this is how it looks like. This is where you connect your sensor. And the second you connect to the pump, and just like that. But the most interesting part is the construction of this one. So this is the kind of silicone rubber body, and the way how you can open it, you just pop it like that, and right here we have two pieces. The first one, this is the inlet where the water sits, and that's the screen which you can buy and replace. If you, as you can see, depends on the position of the pump, it starts to collect a lot of dust, and at some point this screen needs to be serviced, maybe like pushed out and serviced. And this is how the sensor looks like, and the way how it works. If it's installed properly, the water level is rising, and it starts to hitting these two elements, so that it becomes have the continuity. And I believe depends on the amount of water or the resistance between those two sensor elements, it sends the signal to the pump to start pumping the condensation out. So there is this hose which is connects to the pump, and the second part is connected to this side of the pump, and this is the from where it's getting out. So basically the way how it works, the condensation is start to leaking inside, then it's hitting the sensor see the change in the resistance, and it's sends the electronic signal to a pump, and pump starts to pumping whatever amount of water is left right here at this very bottom through this yellow hose inside of the body pump, and outside the drain line. Yeah, this is the basically pretty simple construction, but here the main problem was the pump randomly didn't want to pump the condensation, or the water level starts to go down very slowly, and didn't want to take a risk, and we just replaced all of this. Okay, what else interesting here? Okay, let's remove the condensation. Right here we have a deep switches, and depends of the amount of condensation is produced by the system. You can change these rocker switches, like low amount, it's probably like 8,000 BTU, so I need to check the manual, and this is like some like 24,000 BTU. For example, this right now it's set to full power, and it's gonna drain out the larger amount of condensation. It's pretty basic. So when this pump is on, usually this indicator blinks green, and it's like green heartbeat. That means the pump is, when it's pumping, is working. Sometimes it might lead to red. That's something wrong, like or overfill of the sensor, or it cannot drain the condensation. That way it can lead, but you can read the manual. So another thing which I found after I installed the brand new pump, directly replaced it, first time when I pour some water to the drain pan, the pump was showing the red sign. So looks like it was needed some time to purge all this line, the hose. Of course it wasn't that long, it was about like this long, but it took some attempt to purge everything, and then the first time it was blinking red, but then after the water gets into all the area of the pump system, it starts to draining properly. And actually the way how you can tell it's draining properly, so first you install it correctly, like if it's the horizontal level, it should be installed like that, like on the floor, and when you touch the body of the pump, you see the micro vibrations, like so that means the pump is draining. And actually you see the water inside of the drain pan, which starts to going down closer to a hole. So, and the very last probably thing which I want to mention is right here you have a fuse. If you short something or the water get inside, like in short something, right here you have fuse which you can replace. Just pop this cover and there is a fuse. So this is the how all of this construction looks like, and that's the manual which has all the parameters for the pump, the installation, and all the schematic diagrams. Depends on the application of the system, if it's installed vertically or horizontally. So that's, I believe that's in Spanish. So here is the replacement parts. So those filters which I talked about, which is located right here. Basically you can just take it out, the screen filter, and I believe just clean it, and that's it. Some other stuff. Yep, that was my review on this pump. Yeah, some people are hated on the internet, and I understand why, because there is like no real information, no any real review from even manufacturer. So some of the areas which I cover in this video was hidden. So I hope you like this video, you find this video helpful, and that video will help you to understand better this pump.